Today on Emerging Business Report, Warren Brown, owner of Cake Love and Love Cafe, tells his story and provides a personal recipe for running a business. All this and more on Emerging Business Report.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for another edition of the Emerging Business Report, brought to you by the Center for Minority Business Development at Prince George's Community College. I'm your host, Sharrarne Morton. Warren Brown is the founder and owner of Cake Love and Love Cafe. His organization includes 7 retail storefronts in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. In 2002, Warren left a career in law to start his bakery, and he's been on the ride of his life ever since. He's been recognized for his entrepreneurial spirit by a number of local and national media outlets, including the Oprah Winfrey Show, the Today Show, and national advertisement campaigns for American Express and Dell Computers. Warren was the host of the TV show Sugar Rush on the Food Network, and he's the author of 2 cookbooks, Cake Love, How to Bake Cakes from Scratch, and United Cakes of America, which celebrates cake recipes from every state. Warren, thank you so much for being here on the Emerging Business Report.
Thank you for having me, Sharrarne. It's nice to be here.
I can't wait to get started and find out how you came up with the name Cake Love and what motivated you to open your own bakery.
Well, a lot of people ask me that, and I always feel so badly about the name because I want to have a wonderful, fantastic story, and it's a very calculated move, I suppose.
Okay, all right. I did think it was a wonderful story, but go ahead.
Well, I practiced law, right, and I was an attorney working for Health and Human Services from 1998 to 2000, and I had the idea of like, oh, let's maybe create a bakery or maybe go into cakes, and one of the things I knew I needed was a good name. And back then, people were grabbing all kinds of URLs because the internet was booming and all kinds of things were happening. So I thought to myself, I need a good, strong name that everybody can understand and have positive associations with, but that's balanced and somewhat simple. And I think at the time, people were coming up with compound names and just being creative. So I thought, well, love and cake, let's bring that together and let's see what's available.
And everyone loves cake.
Totally, right? You bring it in a room, everyone goes happy. So I looked up Love Cake, and that was taken by some Dutch company. I don't know what they were even selling. So I just flipped that to Cake Love, and it was available.
But you know what? I want to find out what made you go from law to cakes.
Yeah, I know. And at the time, I was really very hesitant, very scared, very unsure about the whole move from practicing law. I've cooked since I was a little kid. And I grew up outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Started making lunch for my sisters as one of the chores that my mom made us do. And I started with hot dogs and hamburgers, and then we got this gas grill, and one of the recipes in the grill was for barbecue sauce. And it was the first recipe I ever followed. And I fell in love with cooking then, and I've always enjoyed it for the outlet that it is.
Okay, so the theme, like it has been, is you followed your passion.
I did, and I wanted to be in the food business, and I find it exciting to make something that you can share, that you can actually eat. I find it wonderful to bring a family, a group together around a table to share in that time. And I also just find it very relaxing to be in the kitchen, to work with my hands. And so, one of the things I always want to do was get into that business, but I didn't know how to do it. And when I was looking for a hobby, a way to just spend some time after work as an attorney every day, baking was a field of cooking that I didn't know anything about. So it was a resolution of mine to just start to bake and learn how to bake.
And so you did what after that in order to secure funding to open your own business? You needed money, and did you continue to work while you were starting your business?
I did, and the thing is that when I started baking, I didn't know that I wanted to turn into a business, you know?
Okay.
I mean, I knew that I wanted to go into the food business somehow, but I didn't know that it would be baking, and I didn't know that this would be the time, that this was it for me. Okay. I just wanted to learn how to bake.
What turned it around? What made you say, okay, this is what I want to do for a living?
Right.
I want to quit law and bake cakes.
Well, for me, it was a somewhat long process. You know, it was like a good year and a half or so of different things kind of happening to me, and me keeping my eyes open. One time, I brought a cake to a family reunion, and it was a really simple chocolate cake that I needed to bring from DC to New York because I was flying up there to meet my family and folks and stuff. And I didn't have anything to really carry this on, or no box and no Tupperware container. So I just put this chocolate cake on a dinner plate, put some plastic wrap over it, and I carry it to the airport with a duffel bag in one hand, a cake in the other. And I got a lot of comments and a lot of feedback, and a lot of people just like, very curious.
Wanting a slice, maybe?
Want a slice? It's her birthday. Can I have some? Let me get that.
But you made it to the family reunion with the cake?
Intact.
And they loved it?
And they did. But when I got to the airport on the other side of the flight and was sitting there waiting to get picked up, I thought about what happened. I thought about all the banter, all the people that were curious. And I said to myself, if I keep making cake, maybe I'll continue to get that response. Maybe I can build a business around that, because that's the energy, that's the thing I've found that is what people want, is to be in the action around cake. Maybe it's to eat it, maybe it's to just kind of talk about it, but there's energy there that I said, if I can keep making a product that suggests to people this is a home-baked good, maybe I can run with that. So that's what I set out to do.
And when we come back from the break, we want to talk about what sets your cakes apart from everyone else's. I mean, there's lots of bakeries.
Oh yeah, we could do a little baking class 101 right here, because that's what I love to do.
You actually offer baking classes. We're going to talk a little bit about that too at your Silver Spring location, right?
My interest is to get people into the kitchen, so let's do it.
Okay. So stay tuned. We have more delicious conversation with Cake Love owner Warren Brown.
As a business owner, from my perspective, you're the backstop. You're not even the catcher. You're the person who's catching anything that gets through all the players.
Please try and keep in touch with us. You can visit us on our website at www.cmbd.biz. Again, www.cmbd.biz. Give us a call at 301-583-5205. Again, 583-5205. Or visit us on the campus of Prince George's Community College.